for what matters most this Christmas. Plan ahead for 2021 with the Nottingham Building Society to take a step forward with your future finances. Look for your nearest branch today at thenottingham.com/branches.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry ahead of tonight's Elite League regular season fixture between the Genting Casino Coventry Blaze and the Nottingham Panthers. I'm Ed Kimberley, joined by Scott Findlay for tonight, and you are watching live here on Blaze TV. If you want to get in touch with us tonight, you can do so by the way of Twitter. Blaze TV Live is the handle which you can use. Game 2 of a back-to-back between the Blaze and the Panthers. Game 1 on Boxing Day took overtime and a fantastic third period push from skipper Sam Hare to give the home team the victory during that game. 2 goals from Luke Ferrara kind of swept under the carpet a little bit, Scott, by that wonderful captain's contribution.
Ferrara's on fire at the moment. It's really a good thing to see. I think he's leading the goal scoring charts as well.
Yeah, he's right up there. Ian Waters and Joey Haddad in and around the action as well for Guildford and Cardiff. And good to see Joey Haddad up there as well. He's a Cardiff fan favourite. Does fly under the radar at times, the big man.
He does. A couple of seasons ago he was a bit hit and miss for him, became a good big player for him, and this season he's really took the ball by the horns.
So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the ice tonight the Genting Casino Coventry Blaze.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So we're only a couple of minutes away from the start of tonight's game. The referees this evening are Dean Smith and Andrew Miller. After the Blaze and the Panthers are finished, Coventry do have one more game for the end of the 2019 calendar year, playing on New Year's Eve against the Cardiff Devils. A very good matchup between those two teams as well. We were just talking about Joey Haddad, but just how the league has been this year. Every team able to take points off each other, Scott.
Oh, 100%. And you look at the Clan, they were firing away at the top of the start of the season. They were having a bit of a skit now, but everyone can beat everyone.
Yeah, the Blaze themselves, no strangers to having skids. The Nottingham Panthers too. The Blaze had a 6-game skid after losing to Manchester in the Cup. The Nottingham Panthers had a bit of a hit and miss start to the year, but they made some dynamic changes, bringing in the likes of Talbot, Horvat, of course Jake Hansen as well, player of course from the former of the Coventry Blaze. Players that can change the face of games. Coventry too, swapping out starting netminders. Jamie Phillips going by the wayside and bringing in former Innsbruck netminder CJ Mott, who's had quite a popular start to his Blaze campaign. So with the ceremonial puck having been dropped, we will go quiet for the national anthem, and then we'll be bringing you all of the action from tonight's main event live here on Blaze TV. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry ahead of the Elite League regular season fixture tonight between the Genting Casino Coventry Blaze and the Nottingham Panthers. Ed Kimberley joined by Scott Findlay, bringing you all of the action live here on Blaze TV. Kevin Carr and CJ Mott are the starting netminders for tonight, with Jackson Whistle and Jordan Headley riding the pine. 2 very, very good netminders at this level.
They are indeed, and they've got 2 backups that are pushing them for starting stops if they want it, so they have to be on top of their game in every game.
Yeah, that's the thing with, I guess, the Panthers. The Steelers did that to the start this year. Guildford did it for their couple of years in the league. Having 2 legitimate number ones that you can rotate in and out really does help, particularly when you have back-to-backs, because not a lot of leagues do that.
No, and when they come into this league, they're not used to the travel, and they go up to Scotland one game and then they're back home. They've got to get used to the schedule, so having 2 legitimate good goalies really helps them.
But the Blaze do have that as well in Jordan Headley. It's just, I guess, there's a little bit more pressure on the Blaze.
Correct, yeah.
And that's why he doesn't get as much ice as I think a lot of fans would like to see.
Yes, definitely. But when Headley has come in, he's done a very good job for us.
Yeah, one of my most favourable memories of Jordan Headley between the pipes is that game in Cardiff when Miroslav Kopčević took the upper body injury, went on to steal a win in that game. So the Blaze will start tonight with Dylan Lawrence, Matt Polkamp and Ross Venus as the forwards, Malmqvist, Hansen and Hare for the Nottingham Panthers. And the Blaze winning the opening draw, going straight to work. Lawrence trying to feed Polkamp, who was attacking the slot, and what a revelation Matt Polkamp's been for the Blaze. Actually dumps one into the corner, just out of the reach of Ross Venus. And the Panthers will try and settle and break out here. Well, the Blaze putting a lot of pressure on the forecheck and Nottingham forced to get it up and out. Justin Hamonic mopping up. Matt Polkamp on a loose puck will get the Blazers' zone entry. To the point, Hashi with a big one-timer, stopped by Carr, pushes that into the netting. We have our first stoppage of the night. Let's talk about Matt Polkamp just for a sec for the Blaze. Terribly snake-bitten to start the year, but kind of at the beginning of October, the end of September, really came alive.
Oh, definitely. And Danny's seen a lot of his play. He goes to the front of the net. He likes to get his stick in for it, get a little cheap goal, which he did. And when it started, I believe he got a 7-point run in 7 games. So, that's what happens. Get a goal when things happen.
That shot from the point, blocked on the way through off Andrew Johnston. And the Panthers jump on that loose puck. Adam Deutsch checked into the boards. Luke Ferrara, very much the man for the Blaze with the hot hand, throwing the body. And I would say this was a breakout year for Luke, but he's kind of improving at this rate every year, isn't he, in terms of his offensive output anyway.
And definitely, and then he gets, the more minutes he gets, he's showing his worth. He had a couple of weeks off earlier on in the year, and then we went away at Glasgow. He got a greasy goal, and then that started this big run.
Yeah, face up to the right of CJ Mott, won by the Panthers. Deutsch will send that one round the boards, just out of the reach of George Golovkovs. There's Brett Bowman. Little pump fake, sends one around the feet of CJ Mott. It never got through to him. And the Blaze will try and start up from behind the nets as Yanni Larkin throws a pinpoint saucer pass to Ferrara. He shoots high, a big rebound off Kevin Carr, and it's under him somewhere. Andrew Johnston mopped up on the rebound, but couldn't beat the former Tulsa Oiler. Let's have a look again here, Scott.
What's a favourite shot of Luke Ferrara, just coming over the blue line. He likes to put it pad side or high pad side in there. You're going to get rebounds and things could happen from that.
He talk about high pad side, low pad's also a good one, far side. Physics means that rebound's only going to go one place, and that's out where you should have relief arriving. And Evan Bludoff nearly got his hands on that puck as he's dumped in by Hamonic. Carr out to play it. Horvat under pressure from David Clements. And the Panthers have got behind the Blaze here. Ollie Bettridge poke checked by Justin Hamonic. Horvat in the corner, gets it to the point. Shot comes in up high, big redirection off Bettridge. Hamonic tied up with Horvat as Charles Corcoran will get this puck along. Rob Lakovitz comfortably behind the net to DeSantis, and away come Nottingham again. That hard pass finds Lakovitz by Guy Lepine. Ryan Horvat in the corner. Checked by Justin Hashi. Keeps going with the puck though, the Panthers forward. Puck gets at the point, Danny Fix shoots, blocked on its way through. That'll leave a mark off Justin Hashi. Putting his body in the shooting lane in front of CJ Mott. Brian Connolly puts that off the stick of Justin Hashi. Not the intended target, of course, as Connolly will start things up for Hare. Dumped in by Malmqvist. CJ Mott out to play. Tries to dump it behind the net. Oh, and I think that went straight into the netting off the Blaze netminder, and the Panthers will be getting their first power play of the night. Well, we expect they will, although the face-off looks like it's coming outside the zone here, Scott. Maybe not.
Well, CJ likes to come out and play the puck, and he had one the other night when it went straight out. I think that one may have took a nick.
Yeah, Matt Polkamp heading to the box. They just looked for a second like they were going to throw the face-off into the neutral zone. One of the referees indicated possible man in the crease. It gets very confusing as they will be the Panthers on the first PP of the night. As Connolly to the hash marks, kept alive by Matheson. Just the right wing side, puck in front of CJ Mott. He makes a point blank save off Sam Hare. It was a delay of game call against Chris Polkamp that ultimately led the Panthers to tie in that game on Boxing Day. Coventry short-handed have come across the line here. Bludoff shoots into the belly of Kevin Carr and he hangs on for a whistle. Blaise not opposed to throwing bodies forward short-handed though, Scott.
No, not at all, and we've got some look out of it this season, and Nottingham will be aware of that, so hopefully we can capitalise at some point.
Face-off in the offensive zone for the Blaise to the left of Carr. Alex Forbes and Ross Venus out there as the penalty killing forwards. Connolly oversteps that puck, never really got a handle on it, and Alex Forbes steps in to try and put a puck on net. It's blocked as Matheson takes control behind the cage. So far so good on this penalty kill for Coventry. They've killed nearly half of it already without the Panthers having set foot in their zone. Here's Sam Hare on the left-hand side. Drops that puck off. Connolly, there's a chance for the Panthers here. Try to squeeze it through the crease. Matheson hanging on. Now Nottingham very much set up with a man in front of net. That's Talbot as he might get the final touch here. Put pinballing around off skates and eventually the Blaise get it clear. As the Panthers just trying to work that puck to the net front and create a bit of chaos. As that one comes out of the zone and been mopped up by Ryan Horvat, who will take it behind Kevin Carr and he will allow the breakout to happen. Brett Bulmer steps onto the puck. Very good skating winger, Brett Bulmer. Very direct player, has a great skill set. Of course, had that cup of coffee with the Minnesota Wild as that puck gets away from CJ Mott and Nottingham able to capitalise on the empty net that created. Evan Bludoff, meanwhile, coming north. Drops it off. Eichstad. Oh, lovely hands from Dylan Eichstad. Makes a chance in front. Dylan Lawrence couldn't put it through Carr. Oh, as Dylan Eichstad nearly had a highlight reel assist. The Blaise are back to full strength as Golovkovs has the puck stripped away from him and the Blaise clear. Now will, however, be whistled as icing. What a move from Dylan Eichstad.
Dylan Eichstad, he's a puck-playing defenseman, isn't he? First-year pro, but he has no fear and he will skate with the puck and good things will happen.
That said, the only Coventry Blaise player yet to score a goal in competitive hockey.
It will happen, it will happen.
Indeed. But I did see a stat a couple of weeks ago that it was only James Pease who'd had more assists in the season without scoring a goal.
No comment.
Placed up to the right of Mott, won by the Panthers, shot wild by DeSantis. I'm not even sure that came off a Blaise stick, although the linesman indicated it did. As Danny Stewart changes his lines. No Drew Schistel and no David Brohl for the Coventry Blaise tonight. Both still out with lower body injuries. But losing the captain always hurts in Drew Schistel.
Yeah, he's a big part of our game. He carries the puck forward.
Good on both sides of the puck as Petridge will walk in. Shoots short side on CJ Mott, dealt with it well. Lakovitz pulls that puck out of the corner. Petridge twisting and turning, bumped by Hashi. Lakovitz shoots into the glove of Mott. He hangs on as Horvat and Hamonic have a little get together in front of the net.
Well, that's what Ryan Horvat's there to do. They brought him in to ruffle a few feathers, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, good player. Alongside Julian Talbot, there was a...
Well, Nottingham have made their changes, and with Hansen and Talbot, they're a point a game. And when you bring in players, that's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more as Blaise will get that into the neutral zone, although some pressure from Ferrara tested Brian Connolly. He didn't break and was able to get that puck out of danger. That one ends up with Ferrara. 2-on-2 with Johnston. Shoots low. Ooh, bad save from Carr. Kicks that rebound handsomely into the corner. Good rebound control as Johnston will shoot far side here. Turning towards the net. Tashi dumps that in. Blaise straight back to work offensively after killing the first penalty of the night. Janne Larkinen drops that off. Hashi to the goal line. Blaise have a dangerous chance and they score! Larkinen on the back door! Andrew Johnston camped on the goal line, fed the fin, and the Blaise have got a lead 5 minutes into this game. A wonderful play from the two forwards.
Well, Larkinen, he was slowly going around the blue line, just waiting for the pass. He moved it back out, and with kind of like a decoy, Hashi puts it behind, straight out front, and then There you go.
Yeah, lovely timing. Now that's what that goal's all about there, Scott, isn't it? Timing, attacking the seam at the right time. You see the Panthers D just getting back organised after kind of grouping together. And the Coventry Blaze get themselves on the board. If this game's anything like Boxing Day, we're in for a thriller.
Well, it was that Boxing Day bonanza the other day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. The Blaze will chip that one out into the neutral zone. We talked about players who've been sidelined with injury this year. Yanni Larkin had a few weeks out, and he really does make the Blaze a better team, doesn't he?
The experience. He's 37. He's been everywhere, and he's just so cool on the puck, and he helps other players around him.
Yeah, as that shot came in from Eichstätt, tipped on the way through by Charles Corcoran. He can't feed Blued off behind the net as Martin Matheson will slowly make his way forward. Finds Golovkovs. Tried to beat Clements for speed. Didn't quite get the purchase that he wanted on the ice with his edges to kind of explode past Clements. And the Blaze take the put back as a result. Curran, he gets himself down the right wing side. He pulls up under pressure from Horvat, and the Blaze forced back into their own zone again. The play from Ryan Horvat. It's Chris Polkamp behind the net, feeds Hashi. Has to send that one long. It will end up being icing against the Blaze. 7 minutes and 3 seconds into the first period. They do have the lead. 1-0. Yanni Larkinen. And him and Andrew Johnson do have that ready-made chemistry. They had David Brohl on that line with the number 61 and 62, with Ferrara finding his feet pretty well with that trio. It would be hard to break that back up. I imagine Danny will keep them three together.
I would expect so, yes.
That's when you kind of where you fit David Brohl in. I expect he'll maybe take Johnny Curran's place on that nominal second line. Well, the Blaze started with what you would describe as line 3 tonight, and an interesting piece of line matching by Danny Stewart to stick 3 up against the Sam Hare trio. It's something that the Elite League's a little bit more picky about, that maybe didn't used to necessarily be as much of a talked about thing, line matching.
I think though we've got 3 good lines this year, and in yesteryears your third line wasn't as good as your first and second, which is natural, but I think with the Blaze we can do 3 good lines now.
I suppose it always depends on how you quantify a good line. You have the likes of Tommy Watkins, shut down players, and although of course you didn't used to publish the plus minus in the Elite League, so it was sometimes hard to tell. I know it's a team stat, but if we're talking about lines, then that is a good metric, as Johnston can't pull that puck in. Connolly back in his own zone. All that comes off Andrew Johnston. Luke Ferrara chasing that puck into the corner, throws the bump on Danny Fick. Coventry have it at the point. Eichstätt shooting, a big tip in front. Doesn't get past Kevin Carp from Yanni Larkinen, looking for his second of the night. Sam Hare battles with Hamannik, sends one to the slot and comes off a defenseman's stick. Luke Ferrara starts things up, and the Blaze will chase this in deep. Ferrara with the check. Larkinen pokes that puck behind the net. Ends up with it on his own stick, Yanni Larkinen. Sends a pass through, or a risky pass through the zone that's picked off by Hansen. Both teams looking like they want to freshen up here. And indeed they will. David Clements happily obliging by taking that puck behind the net. There are some other games going on around the rinks. Scores updates for you in the next period, or the next break of play I should say, as Evan Bludoff takes it behind the net. 9 minutes having gone in the first. Puck comes off the linesman's skate. Corcoran there to step onto that loose puck, but Nottingham take it back. Kelsall gets checked by Hashi. And Clements backs out under pressure from Talbot. Of course, Joey Talbot, his brother, quite a few seasons ago now played for the Steelers as the Blaze come across the line. Bludoff takes it to the top of the slot, shooting on the turn, and Carr will hold that one in the glove, although Guillepin has a push and shove with Corcoran. Scott, you have the scores from other rinks up on your phone.
Absolutely 0-0 everywhere else.
Thank you very much. If you do want to get in touch with us tonight, you can do so via Twitter. @Blaze TV Live is the handle you can use to get in touch. Big hello to Stu Coles, usually to my right-hand side. Cracking game in Nottingham on Boxing Day. You'll see us all on Tuesday. Big hello to the Caldwells and Chris Cartwright cheering on the Blaze tonight. Big hello to you all. Keep in touch throughout tonight at Blaze TV Live is Guillepin. Can't get out the zone, and there's some pressure from Lawrence and Venus on the forecheck. Panthers trying both wings to escape the zone. Try a third time. Lawrence with the poke check. Puck gets behind Polkamp, and nice bit of skating from Betteridge, showing some speed. Gets this puck deep. Horvat in the corner. Trying to shield off Chris Polkamp, who dives to make that play. And Matt Polkamp allows it into the neutral zone. Halfway through the period. Blaze 1, Panthers nothing. Yanni Larkinen, the only scorer, the Finn who flew in the Continental Cup. We saw him against Belfast, of course, as that puck's chipped into the corner. Talbot spins away from Eichstätt. There might be a chance here for Bulmer if he's got support. He shoots himself. Oh, that came right through CJ Martin. Panthers grab hold of that loose puck. Matheson drops it off. Bulmer with a big one-timer over the top. It all came hard off a Panther on its way through. Blaze unable to take advantage, although a nice play from Larkinen feeds Eichstätt. He finds Ferrara, he shoots and finds the glove of Kevin Carr, who hangs on for a whistle. Again, Yanni Larkinen just showing patience there to allow play to develop.
Most players would probably dump that puck. He's took the time to assess the situation. He's seen his line mate free and he's played the puck out, and it was a great goal scoring opportunity for us.
Yep.
Just going back to Ollie Betteridge there, he's a different player this season. He's getting a lot of ice time and he's showing his worth, and obviously Tim Wallace's faith is different.
Yeah, well repaid as that shot goes into the glove of Kevin Carr. And of course, Tim Wallace and MK last year had to show faith in some of the the Brits.
Yeah, definitely. And I think with Ollie Betteridge, I think he probably have a standout here this year.
No, he's a very good player. I think he's flown under the radar a little bit, perhaps with other Panthers coaches. He's been developed and groomed by Corey Nielsen, of course, for a few years before his departure for Germany. Doing well in the DEL too. As Nottingham bring this puck north. Nice hands from Bulmer, but he is only able to chip that one into the benches, and we will have another stoppage. Big shout out to Scott, Jordan, Rachel, Adam and Paige. Clicking on the picture there, lots of Blaze branded garments. And Blaze TV Live in the background. Thank you for tweeting in, folks. Good to have you with us here in that weird period between Christmas and New Year.
What day is it?
What day is it today?
I don't know.
It's Saturday today, Scott.
Okay, thank you.
It's okay. Glad you're paying attention, sir. There's a bit of a basketball-style battle for that puck with Clements and Kelsall. Shot comes in, Connolly down low, padded away by Mott. And the Blaze Cherokee that one forward. Carr out to play it. Sent it to his right-sided defenseman that didn't get through to him. Ferrara throws the body. Malmqvist settles it down. Shot comes off a stick into the netting. And we have another break in play. Very stop-start tonight's game so far, Scott.
It's very different to the other day.
Yep. Although it's nice to see that we have two distinguishable jerseys. I didn't envy the guys and girls at Panthers TV having to call that one.
I think both teams foul of the matching jerseys the other night.
Yeah. I did send a quick message to our good friend Ethan Kane, the Blazer manager, and he said, thank goodness it wasn't on me, that one. I'm paraphrasing, of course. As Johnny Curran will bring this puck out. Gets across the line, puts the pass through the feet of Malmqvist. Hamonic dumps it in. Bump comes in from DeSantis on Curran, who throws one back. Puck comes out. Oh, Bludoff might have a chance here. He shoots, low. Glove side, just wide of the target from Bludoff. Great opportunity for him on that broken play. 8 minutes to go in the first. Pass off the skate of Chris Polkamp. Sam Hare was trying to head north in a hurry. Bludoff chases that puck in with Malmqvist. The first-year pro for the Nottingham Panthers, fresh out of the NCAA, Notre Dame, good school. D1, of course. Curran, Chris Polkamp and Dylan Eichstätt, who are the first-year pros for the Blaze. Two of them out there on this defensive pairing. As Chris Polkamp backhands it around the boards, avoids the check as well. And Nottingham back into their own zone, start up down the right wing side. They got away from Matheson. They still have it as Horvat will send it in behind the net. Matheson back on the puck. Lakovitz shooting, comes off a body on the way through. Ross Venus was hanging very high behind the Panthers defenseman. As Nottingham take that puck back in. Shot comes in, far side from Deutsch. Kicked aside by CJ Martin. The last couple of shifts, it's been all Nottingham going forward as Hakovic picks this one up again, tries to send it towards Horvat. It's tipped into the netting and we have a stoppage, which the Blaze kind of need there, Scott.
Definitely, there was a few passes trying to get out there into the neutral zone that were just going straight to a Nottingham player, so the rest will be well received.
Face off will come to the left of CJ Mott. We're just having a look at the figures for the Nottingham Panthers this year. Mark Matheson, the second highest point scorer. 9 or so behind Sam Hare, but what a pickup he was for the Sheffield Steelers.
I think there was a few raised eyebrows about that pickup, but he's quarterback in the power play and been a really good signing for him.
Well, I mean, he's one of the most intelligent players in the league.
He is indeed.
As Talbot will pick this one loose puck up, has it in his feet, a diving Luke Ferrara impeded him legally, and the Panthers reset with the puck in the offensive zone. Puck came off Ferrara straight back to the Panthers. Golovkovs is Deutsch will send this one to the net, front to the back door, and they score! Talbot with the finishing touch, and the Panthers tie this game up. Matt Polkamp scored a very similar goal to this on Boxing Day.
It's just I think the last few minutes of pressure is really told, and Bulmer with a great pass there.
Yes, Mott moves laterally, he gets a big chunk of it, but not enough to prevent that puck crossing the line. With a good finish from Julian Talbot, and a player of his calibre is not going to miss that.
And Bulmer as well, he's really picked up the last few weeks. He had a bit of a dodgy start, but he's really shown his worth.
He's that kind of player that just can change games. We've seen it the last couple of seasons when he was in 5. With his speed that he's able to generate quite quickly with those big legs. He's quite a powerful guy, so him heading to the net generally has a lot of good results coming with it as Sam Hare makes his way forward. He might have a chance here as he shoots just wide of CJ Mott, and that puck ended up back between the Blaze netminder's legs. Coventry able to clear. Johnny Curran sweeps that towards Evan Bludoff, trying to shield it away from Danny Fick. Eichstadt arrives, puck stumped in by Corcoran. It's Hamannik also getting himself into the zone, dumps it in. Loose puck comes to Bludoff, he tries to chop at it, but Panthers able to mop up. Brian Connolly starts things up. Pass for Hare. Hansen back to Hare. Big chance for Hare. He shoots, blocked it away by CJ Mott. As Matt Polkamp on the broken play will make his way forward. Polkamp try to stuff it to Dylan Lawrence, who is heading to the net. Panthers able to clean that up. And Lepine will be able to get this one out of the zone, you feel. Betteridge finds Betteridge. No pun intended. Betteridge shoots. Oh, he scored! Ollie Betteridge! 2 quick fire goals for the Panthers, and that one came out of nowhere, Scott.
Well, Jake Hansen with the back check there, he really burst the lung to get back and broke the play up, and then Betteridge is just away. I don't know if CJ Mott can't see it, but yeah, right in the top of the net.
Well, I mean, it's not got a lot of velocity behind it. I can only think that he just misjudged the flight path as it gets through Hashi. Either way, the Panthers on the board with their second of the night. And we were talking about Ollie Betteridge just a few minutes ago.
Probably should have kept my mouth shut.
Andrew Johnson in the corner. They call that curse of the commentator, Scott, of course. As Johnson at the hash mark, shooting off the chest plate of Kevin Carr. It's Chris Polkamp finds Hashi. Hashi enters the zone. Hard pass across to Chris Polkamp. A lot of Blaze players in the vicinity of Kevin Carr's net as Chris Polkamp throws the puck there. Panthers do pick it up and they look to escape the zone. Horvat takes that hard pass from Betteridge. Hashi dipsy doodles around his man, and he only falls afoul of the ice by where the Blaze into the playing surface from the dressing rooms as they avoid too many men on the ice, with Hamannik jumping back onto the bench. Some pressure here as Corcoran strips that puck away, sends it to the point. Forbes shooting, Carr's got hold of it. He hangs on with Evan Bludoff hanging around the net front area looking for some spoils with teammates in Fife, Brett Bulmer, as they have a quick catch up, all friendly, which isn't usually the case when we say they have a catch up or words to that effect.
Not at all. Corcoran there just sneakily making a nuisance of himself and forcing a turnover.
Yes. Good two-way player, and I think
Very is, yeah.
something that the Blaze perhaps didn't have last year. A bona fide two-way centre who, could play with the offensive puck as well as the defensive. Not a totally dissimilar player to Jordan Petrus, the former Blaze captain. Went to Brown University, of course, as well in the NCAA, both alumni there, as Eichstätt just about unable to keep that in the zone. Him and Sam Hare fight for it. Blaze able to bring that puck into the offensive zone. Hard pass finds Matt Polkamp. They did have Andrew Johnson hanging around the net front for a second. Can get the puck to him as Matt Polkamp drops it off. Blaze on the power play here. Curran into the corner. Puck wrapped around behind the net. Johnston comes up with it. Eichstätt to the net, big two, big goal! Eichstätt picks up Polkamp, and the Blaze tied at 2, and Matt Polkamp in front of the net has the best hand-eye coordination on this Blaze team, and on show there.
We were saying that earlier, he gets in front of the goal and he wants to be there. In years gone by, we've not had that player that will be there religiously, and good things happen. And Eichstätt, to see that pass out, that's a great goal.
Yeah, wonderful tip in front, and there's something that Dylan Eichstätt does well. He's happy just to send pucks at will to the net, and not always with venom on them. Just a little muffin, as they say, to look for that redirect.
He plays with his head up, and he's always looking for that pass.
The Coventry Blaze tie this game up, and it was that power play that helped them out. It was, aside from the man advantage against the run of players, Nottingham had dominated for 4 or 5 minutes, scoring 2 unanswered as Bludolf is hit by Malmqvist. Lepine escapes behind him. Malmqvist finds Sam Hare, comes off the skate of the defenseman Hamannik, and Lepine able to keep it in. Sends it to the net. Oh, a big rebound off CJ Mott. Sam Hare fanned on it. The bookie's favourite to score in that situation, Sam Hare, as that loose puck's in front of the net. CJ Mott able to deal with it down low. This is a bit of a tussle with Bludolf and Sam Hare behind the play. Hansen finds Hare, big hit from Chris Polkamp, sends the captain to the ice, and that one generates a bit of noise. As Coventry have this puck on the offensive zone, Hansen digging away for it, and it's Nottingham who come away with it. What a big hit from Chris
Massive hit. I mean, Sam Hare won Nottingham the game the other night with his 4 goals. If we can ruffle his fellas a little bit, I'm all for that.
Dumped in by Matheson. Ends up getting wrapped up with Jani Laakkonen. Panthers try to play that out in front from behind the goal line. It's whipped around the boards. Golovkovs. Played off the boards, and Jani Laakkonen sends that one up and out. As the Panthers responded to that hit by taking the body themselves on this shift. You do find a big hit like that in the game does galvanise both teams into up into physicality, as Laakkonen couldn't keep that one on his stick. Hit comes into the corner from Johnston. Both teams throwing a lot of body here. Matheson under pressure from Ferrari, can't clear the zone. Eichstätt dumps it in. Hamannik arriving in relief as Laakkonen, a long shift to him, but he might have a chance here. Laakkonen! Oh, he sent it low. He tried to sneak it short side, I think, between the pipe and the pad. Carr got down to it well. And the Panthers escape with the puck out the zone. Bulmer offside as Talbot in just a step.
I think both these teams needed the whistle there. There was a lot of body thrown in. Chris Polkamp, he threw a massive hip check on Brett Bulmer on Boxing Day, and he's just shown that his hitting game is there.
And he's not the biggest guy in the world.
He's not at all, no.
But it's all about technique and centre of gravity. You look at that hit against Hare just a few moments ago, right through the midsection. As he's rising with the shoulder, nothing wrong with that at all. And Hare, who's got great feet, great balance, is sent down to the ice. Brian Connolly, as we're into the last minute of the period, starts it up. Horvat gets hit by Hamannik. You can hear the hollering from the Panthers bench to advise Horvat of the incoming check. As that one's flipped into the far corner. Matt Polkamp comes away with it. Avoids a check of his own as Lakovic was stepping into his skating lane. Here's Hashi down the left. Oh, chance for Venus. He shoots. Glove save from Carr as he hangs on for a whistle.
Slight injection of pace as we come to the end of this first period.
Yep. Big hello to Luke. Tell Laura to put the puzzle book down and watch the game. Oh, well, happily obliged. Greg and Abby cheering on the Panthers from Whitmore, Stoke-on-Trent. Then a couple from Panthers Banter and LGT Link 55, which I won't be reading out, but very nice try. Amusing names. Might not be the sharpest crayon in the box, but I'm glad I caught that one, Scott. It'd been most embarrassing. Face up to the right of Carr. Blaze picked that puck up. Oh, and it's sent wide, in tight from Curran. Looked like the puck bobbled up on him a little. Blaze had a very good chance to get their third going into the period break as time ticks away. Panthers might get one more shot on net. It's blocked by off Jake Hansen. And honours even after the first 20 minutes, Scott, as again we see a very close matchup between these teams.
Both teams had a couple of spells of pressure, and a bit like the other night, we are very evenly matched, so I could see another overtime maybe.
The players will be back after this short message from the Nottingham Building Society, headline sponsor of the Nottingham Panthers. Are you saving for your first home and thinking about getting on the property ladder? Are you aged 18 to 39? Would you like to see how you could get up to £1,000 free per tax year for your first home? Let us tell you about the Lifetime ISA. The Lifetime ISA is a savings account for 18 to 39-year-olds who want a little extra help with their future savings goals. You can use it for your first home, or wait until you're 60 and use your savings for retirement. The government will give you a 25% bonus on your savings. So you save £100, you get £25. You save £4,000, which is the maximum per tax year, you get £1,000 free, paid straight into the account, plus interest. You can open an account with just £10 online at thenottingham.com. Ineligible withdrawals are subject to a government charge of up to 25%. Check the terms and conditions for more information. Now back to the Nottingham Panthers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome back to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry ahead of the second period of tonight's Elite League regular season game between the Genting Casino Coventry Blaze and the Nottingham Panthers, 2 apiece after the first period. And again, these two teams very evenly matched. Took overtime to separate them on Boxing Day when they met in Nottingham. Might have an extra frame in store for us here tonight, but plenty of hockey left to go. Scott, some of the games have started around the rinks. We've got a few into the first and second period now. What are the scores?
It's end of the first, it's Cardiff 2, Guildford 2. End of the first in Glasgow, it's Glasgow 0, Belfast 1. End of the first in Manchester, Manchester 2, Sheffield 4. And Fife and Dundee 0-0 at the end of the first.
Yeah.
I think all games start at 7, barring Fife, which was 7:15. If they like to be awkward, of course.
Thank you, Scott. And again, Glasgow behind. They desperately need a win, don't they?
I think they're a 10-game skit at the moment. So
wow. And that'll be a confidence thing more than anything for them.
I think it is. I mean, they were playing really well. They have had a lot of injuries and not brought any bodies in, I don't think, to help them out. Whereas other clubs have tried to do something about that.
They had Fitzgerald.
They did. For a game, was it? I believe.
It might have been 2. Definitely 1. But you never want to do that when you.
Not at all.
When you want to hang him up, and he's had a kid recently, hasn't he?
Exactly.
So
yeah, he wants to be behind the bench.
And you keep yourself in a different kind of shape.
100%. Yeah.
So I'm not saying he's going straight to the Pizza Hut and the Ben and Jerry's, but you know you only have to take your foot off the gas for a summer, and you know you're behind the 8 ball in terms of fitness for hockey at this level. So both teams back out. Ice cut deemed to be a little wet by the referees, so they're allowing it to settle a little. Very emphatic warm-up by Johnny Curran down there on his knees, and gets a few giggles from the bench. It looks like Dean Smith's about ready to go. As he calls everyone to centre ice, and we'll get ourselves back underway. 2 apiece in this game between the Blaze and the Panthers. Hansen, Malmqvist and Hare out there. Lawrence, Matt Holtkamp and Ross Venus. So we have a mirror of the 2 lines that started this game. Starting the period as well, as Hansen will chip that one in behind Justin Hashi. Comes off a skate. Matt Polkamp only finds Sam Hare's glove. He dumps it into the corner. Hamanek checked as Hashi allows that one round the boards. Venus, I think he was attempting to find Matt Polkamp there with that pass, but it was somewhat off target as the Blaze have got this puck and moving forward. Justin Hashi. Oh, he finds Dylan Lawrence. Dylan Lawrence finds the pads of Kevin Carr. Good chance for the Boston University graduate, Dylan Lawrence. Big player, gets a lot of whip on those shots with the long arms. That one tipped up into the netting, and we will have another stoppage. And he had a difficult NCAA career, Dylan Lawrence. A couple of big injuries kept him out for large spells, but what a school to go to, Boston University.
Definitely. And last season he came in, he's playing in Edinburgh, you know, he needed a bit of confidence. I believe last game he matched his total points for last year already, so, yeah, you know, he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and he went on a bit of a tear from February through to the end of the season. Danny Stewart saw enough to bring him back for year number 2. Eichstätt gets checked hard into the backboards. Bulmer ends up on his knees as the graduate of Bemidji State wore it well. Pretty much his hometown, Dylan Eichstätt, as Bulmer takes that wide, the half wall. He's poke-checked by Chris Polkamp. And Andrew Johnston's going to develop a bit of speed here. Stick handling. Keeps hold of it, Andy Johnston. Gets checked. Eichstätt dumps it on net, gloved by Carr. He'll hang on. And we'll have another whistle. Both teams, I think, will probably freshen up here. Well, it looks like the Blaze do send out a line. Defensive pairing went straight to the bench. Forwards took a second. You might as well take the stoppage if you've got it.
Definitely. Especially if there's a bit of a weird start. That puck broke away straight away, so, you know, get some fresh bodies.
Yep, face off to the right of Carr. Won by the Blaze quite cleanly. Hashi. Chance here on the one-timer. Bludoff! Oh, the rebound was inches away from Deutsch and Corcoran. Meanwhile, Panthers have come the other way. Bettridge shooting off Hashi into the netting. Hangs on for a whistle. Justin Hashi did pretty well here to stay with Ollie Bettridge.
Definitely, because Bludoff didn't get the full purchase on that, so it broke away quite quickly off the pad. So
it's where you're kind of hoping that it comes off Deutsch and Corcoran, who are the two tussling for the rebound. Another do-over on the face-off. Bettridge lining up with Charles Corcoran. Panthers win the draw, but Blaze are able to take this puck, and Evan Bludoff sends it back looking for Clements. Clements doesn't get it to safety. That's a second go at it. This time he does. Bit of a cagey start to the period as both teams have seen the puck get away from him, as Bludoff will chip it into the corner again. Matheson first on scene, checked by Curran. That's under the feet of Bettridge, but he has time and space to work with. Matheson arriving to provide support. Long pass from Lawrence. It might be a 2-on-1 for the Blaze. Bludoff in on goal! He's hooked, and the Blaze will have a power play. They have a penalty shot! As we look again on the replay. Well, Bludoff was clear through here, impeded by Horvat, who slashed at his arms. And Evan Bludoff, who had a hot start to the season in terms of goals.
I think Horvat was caught on two minds there to where to go to, follow the play or the puck. And
because Matheson had pinched in to help out, trying to keep that puck in the zone. And well, it's Charles Corcoran who's going to take the penalty shot, not Bludoff, the left shooter. Comes in slowly, tried to open the legs of Kevin Carr. Nottingham netminder makes a big stop, comes out best of that duel, and you can see what Charles Corcoran was trying to do, sweep the hands, open the legs. The Panthers netminder gets the better of it. Do watch again.
Waiting for Carr to commit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just stood his ground, and you have to get the that gap if you come in that leisurely, I'd say, but game remains 2 apiece. Polkamp digging for that puck with Lepine. Malmqvist tripped, and there's going to be no penalty on that play, and Dylan Lawrence will try and take advantage here. Avoids the hit. So Malmqvist throws the hit back into Dylan Lawrence. Puck's there. Kevin Carr tries to clear the zone. Did well to get his stick into a playing position there, Carr. And the Panthers get this into the neutral zone. Venus on it. To square it for Eichstätt, but under pressure from Hansen. Has to go back behind his net, and well, he's very slow to make their way up ice here. They'll have to reset as Andrew Johnston will burst into action. Puck in the zone, glove comfortably by Carr, he hangs on. Did drop it to try and play it as Sam Hare had gone long, a big smile for his netminder. Very good puck-playing defenseman, Carr, as is CJ Mott.
We've not had a puck-playing goalie for a long time, so I know we all get a little bit nervous, but when they're that confident on it, I'm all for it.
Yeah, you have to, and that's something that CJ Mott does do, like you said. He has the confidence with it. He owns his decisions. There's puck dumped in long, and that'll be icing against the Panthers. Of course, one of the I guess the key errors that led to probably Jamie Phillips' exit from the Blaze, that big giveaway against the Storm in the Challenge Cup, of course. Game on a knife edge, not been a lot in that game, and tries to clear the puck, but right into the hands of was it Hughesman?
It was a huge moment. It's a big moment of the season.
Yep. Played with Andy Johnston, who's taken his face off in Bordeaux last year. The two top point scorers on the team. Look under the knee of the Panthers sentiment as Larkinen ends up with it. Checked hard by Danny Fick into the boards, and Hashi already pinched down, waiting to help out. Drops it to Ferrara. Isn't able to get a lot of velocity, and the Panthers are going to get a 2-on-1. Bulmer had to try and chop it out of the air from Connolly. Nice idea. Panthers still have the puck in the zone. Golovkov's pressured into the boards. And Hashi try to find Larkinen. Johnston is there. He'll chip it along the boards. And the Blaze might get a rush here. Ferrara tried to turn inside Danny Fick, who read that really well, the Panthers defenseman, and Nottingham will come north. Connolly. Ashley gets the poke check in. A good hit comes in from Golovkov's. Bulmer in the corner wins that puck away from Chris Polkamp. Sends a feed to Larkovitz. It's off the skate of Golovkov's. And the Panthers nearly got their lead back. Puck just bounced fortuitously off Larkovitz right to his stick. He just couldn't pull the trigger to get it past Mott. Blaze come forward again. Johnny Curran's checked at centre ice. Shot padded away by CJ Mott. He comes out to play it. Gets it out of danger. Horvat along the perimeter will try and keep it going on the cycle. Picked off by Corcoran. Hit comes in from Deutsch on Curran. Bludoff, meanwhile's gone onto that loose puck. So Matheson loses his edge. Bludoff wins that puck back off the boards. Corcoran had Hamannik peeling out as an option. Carr's lost his stick here. That might be a factor as Bludoff tried to redirect that one goalwards. Right on the doorstep as the Panthers will try and get this out of the zone. Bludoff hits Matheson. And Deutsch will get this north. Here's Horvat. Drop pass off a Betteridge for his second of the night. He shoots over the top and just wide of CJ Mott's blocker hand. All goes very quiet when Nottingham are about to pull the trigger. Oh, the Blaze have pinched that puck. Corcoran to the net. Oh, and Venus somehow missed it. I think maybe DeSantis got stick-on-stick contact. But Ross Venus had a sitter. I'm sure the highlight package will tell us everything. As that one goes for icing. Oh, the Blaze have the best chance of the period there, Scott.
There's been a lot of pucks aren't resting on the sticks, a lot of chippy plays, and there's been chances both ends, and that was a big chance for Ross Venus there.
Yeah, got that wonderful breakaway goal on Boxing Day, of course. Big hello to a family member, my old man Pete, watching from the 8 Bells pub in Chipping Camden. That sounds all right. Have one for me.
I'm sure he will.
Hansen sends that one across the blue line. Connolly all to the slot. There's a battle in front with Hare and Hamannik. Good net front presence from the skipper as that puts under CJ Mott, and he hangs on. All fair in love and war between Sam Hare and Justin Hamannik. In a few years gone by, that would have probably ended up in a fight.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Guess players are a bit more smarter these days. They're not having the silly fights.
Yeah,
as long as we can. Sam Hare, like, he's a captain that Nottingham have been wanting for a few years now. Since they lost Jordan Fox, they've been screaming out for a guy like Sam Hare.
Yeah, he's top captain. Face-off won by the Panthers in the offensive zone. Dumped off a stick by Connolly. Chris Polkamp battling with Sam Hare. Chipped long. Yanni Larkin in a foot race with Danny Fick here. The veteran Finn has won that puck cleverly. Didn't have any support to play the puck to, though. Connolly now coming the other way with Malmqvist. Poke checked by Chris Polkamp. Puck ends up in the slot, picked away by Yanni Larkin, and again he comes north. 3-on-2. Eichstätt joining the fun. Comes to Ferrara. He shoots. Good save by Carr. Rebound nearly fell straight back for the Blaze. That one right in the chest from Feds. And the Panthers whistled for offside the other way. Oh, another good chance for the Blaze on the rush. Luke Ferrara just finding the logo on the front of Kevin Carr's jersey. He's just so well at staying square to shoot as Kevin Carr, doesn't he?
He does indeed. And I mean, he usually Whistle played. I think Whistle's played the last few games at the Skydome. Might be wrong there, but I've seen Whistle a few times, so good to see Carr in the Skydome.
Yes, I think the last two trips the Panthers have had here have been Jackson Whistle. I think you're right. There's Brett Bulmer along the benches. Comes one into the corner. Hamanek with Golovkov's arriving. The speedy Latvian. Good energy forward, has a lot of skill, as shown in MK. Hit comes in on blued off by the blue line. There's Adam Deutsch. The Swede with the extremely German sounding name. I don't think you can get more German than Deutsch, can you?
I don't believe so.
You could marry into the Hare family, then it'd be Herr Deutsch. It's about as close as you can get, I think, as Talbot. Puck comes off a body. Talbot gets checked as Blaze try and spring a 2-on-1, but didn't get the puck cleanly, and haven't got away from Charles Corcoran as well. Might have some ice to skate into here, Charlie Corcoran. Does get into the zone. Forbes helps out. Dumping one towards the net. Curran on the backboards, tussling for it. A cagey affair 8 minutes into the second. Certainly a different pace to the first period. Lepine will send one to the back door. Oh, big chance for the Panthers and well, the Blaze defenseman. Well, there was Hamanek. It looked like he just switched off for a second there, but Nottingham unable to press home. CJ Mott back into the corner. Now the Blaze might have an advantage. Venus trying to catch the Panthers on a change. Forbes on the forehand, holding off Betteridge. Venus spinning on the boards. He's been manhandled by DeSantis. Coventry still have the puck though. Although Matt Polkamp can get that one to the point cleanly. And his brother was waiting, Chris, who will receive this pass from Eichstätt. And the right hand side come the Blaze. Puck chip to the net, sticked away by Carr. Eichstätt cranks one wide of the net. Chris Polkamp's pinched in. Nice feed from Polkamp. Saucer to Larkin, and oh, you can see what he was trying to do from that angle. Playing glove side, just missed the target. And Chris Polkamp, 200 feet the other way, mops up nicely behind the goal line. Johnston under pressure. Eichstätt's poke checked. Panthers just trying to clog up the neutral zone. Coventry have got forward though. Larkin shooting, and he wasn't sure about that, Kevin Carr. He does have it as he leans into the blocker side to make sure he keeps it for a whistle.
It's been a high energy second period. There's been a lot of 3-on-2s and pucks going, a lot of stretch passes, but an entertaining game.
Yeah, you seem to, it just kind of ebbs and flows, isn't it? You'll have a shift or two where nothing really sticks. It's pinballing around left, right and centre, and then, like you said, you'll have an odd man rush generated here and there for both teams. And both netminders so far have had to be good. I think both teams' forechecks have had to be good as well, as Ferrara throws a bump as Jake Hansen struggles to dig it out of his feet. Sends it to the left wings and headed to the net, Jake Hansen. I thought he was going to get that. Clements got in the passing lane though. Yanni Larkin enters the zone. Oh, he gets skittled by Connolly. And that might escalate the physicality again, as the Chris Polkamp did on Sam Hare. Both teams looking a little tired here as the Panthers come across the line. Hansen shoots. Try to find Talbot. Oh, it might be Evan Bludoff if he can spring round Deutsch. He can't. Oh, and he can't get around Sam Hare either. Chance for Nottingham if they can take it. It's elevated by Bulmer, but into the netting. And a broken play halfway through this game nearly gave the Nottingham Panthers their lead back.
But that man Sam Hare, he's everywhere, and he comes in, he takes the puck off and creates an opportunity.
Yeah, took it off Bludoff, just hanging on the back check. I think Evan Bludoff was looking for the safety of his defensive pairing, but couldn't find it. Face off to the left of CJ Mott now. Won by the Panthers. Shot comes in, blocked on the way through. Oh, and a big rebound, nearly found Talbot. Julian Talbot has one on the night. Could have very easily had his second. Blaze will pick this puck up and escape into the safety of the neutral zone. Curran chips it in. Well, you don't come much closer. Venus had probably the best chance of the period, and Talbot, a very close runner-up there. Hit comes in on Matheson. Curran, under pressure, manages to get it into the neutral zone, and good play from Johnny. 9 minutes left in the period. Golovkov somehow got out of jail with that puck, as there's going to be a chance for Deutsch here. Hangs on, shoots. CJ Mott hangs on to it. The Blaze and the Panthers. Wholesale changes. We look at other rinks around the country.
Not much change. Cardiff have taken the lead, so it's 3-2 to them. Belfast is still 1-0. Sheffield is still 4-2.
Yeah, Guildford had been on a good run until they came a cropper in the Sky Dome last weekend. 8-3.
8-3.
In favour of the home team, the Blaze, and they went to OT the night before. Was it a shootout?
It went to shootout.
2-1 hockey game, not something you see very often.
Very rare.
Almost as rare as the 1-0. Or edge blown out from Betteridge. Blaze will take the zone as the result, as Lepine throws a big hit on Venus. Just kept his hands in the Brit's chest and guided him into the boards. I don't think Venus was ever escaping around the big man there.
I don't think so.
Former Binghamton Senator, his second stint with the Panthers. Went straight from the Elite League to the American League, which is quite a rarity, really. Even now, when the players are really of a top quality. Oh, that one's come through the zone. A chance stopped by Mott, and a very tired-looking Hashi, although I want to judge to have been played with a high stick, so we'll face off to the left of CJ Mott.
Oh, Gilly Pean's been on the ice quite a bit tonight. Not normally seen him that much in the Sky Dome. He usually takes the odd shift off in the Sky Dome, but no, he seems to be an ever-presence tonight.
Well, we're talking about him going to Binghamton and Elmira. I think he played in the Coast, and then to come back again. The Elite League's changed a lot since he last played here. It's definitely come on, as the Blaze, I think, are going to go on a power play here, as Dylan Eichstad was sticked in the corner by Hansen. But
I don't think Lepine's, obviously, when he was last here, he was fighting every other night, and as the league's grown, we don't require it, we don't need that, so he's had to adjust his game as he's came back to the league.
Yeah, and I think the speed's got a lot quicker as well, so for him to be able to, and with all respect to him, he has pretty average skating ability. He's not going to like the league in terms of his foot speed. It's all about positioning and timing with him, and yeah, he will still benefit on the penalty kill by using his physicality to clear the crease, making sure Carr and Whistle can see the puck heading towards him. But look, he's staying relevant, and that's what you need.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to think of other players who've gone straight to the American League from the Elite League. John Landry was one. Looks like it's going to be a double minor on that penalty against Hansen. Eichstad obviously has some of the red juice leaking from his face. So the Blaze have a big opportunity to get a lead back in this game. They haven't led since the first. 2 unanswered from the Panthers forced the Blaze second goal of the night to be a game tire. We're 12 minutes and a second into the middle frame. Blaze do have a power play goal on the night. Matt Polkamp's redirection in front, coming on the man advantage. It's Hashi thought about shooting straight away, steps in. Oh, he's left that dangerously, but Ferrara mops up with Larkinen's assistance. That put my heart in my mouth there, Scott, as Hashi all sees that puck get over his stick. He dives to make sure that won't be a short-handed breakaway for Julian Talbot. And Nottingham send this long. Hashi mops up. Oh, under some pressure from Sam Hare. He nearly caused a turnover, Hare, but the Blaze have got ahead. Coming across the line, 5-on-2 for a second, as they'll set up now. Yanni Larkinen sends it to the net. Oh, out of nowhere, Larkinen trying to get the tip off Bludoff. Corcoran's behind the net. Ferrara to the point. Gets it back from Hashi. Turns, shoots, saved by Carr, excuse me. And he hangs on for a whistle. Both teams will change. And again, it's Mangilepine coming out on the second penalty kill unit with DeSantis, Talbot, and Lakovitz. It's good to see Rob Lakovitz again, you know, a player who at first with the Panthers was known for being able to sniff out a goal or two, re-evolved himself as more of a defensive forward.
Yeah, definitely, and you see when he plays for GB that he has still got that scoring touch, and hopefully he can use that more at Nottingham.
Yep, similar to Ross Venus in a way, you know, at junior, you know, put up 800 points a game or something ridiculous, and then, you know, the Elite League a different speed. Have a defensive forward. Does come up with the odd big goal, of course, none bigger than the playoff final against the Steelers. The quote from Aaron Murphy, commentator of the night, is above block 4 on a banner. Points if you can tell me who the Steelers netminder was that night.
Josh Eunice.
Correct. And a very, very resplendent purple helmet, which didn't match the orange uniform. I'll always remember that standing out like a sore thumb as Lepine will dump that one in. So far the Blaze unable to get any purchase really on this power play, Scott. They do have 2 minutes of it remaining though.
I think we had a little touchy start, kind of like a nervous start to the power play, but hopefully we can get that sorted out.
Yep. Johnny Curran enters the zone, sends one to the slot. Corcoran sends it through the crease. Johnston to the point. We are into the last 2 minutes of this double minor. Johnston, oh, he tries to squeak in here, he has done, and he looked to the referee as if he might have drawn a tripping minor, he didn't, and the Panthers will escape this one north. Horvat chips it, looking for the deep to himself, it's in the glove of Mott. Oh, it came out of the glove. And the Blaze will bring this forward again. Bludoff having to go wide around Fick. Chips him into the boards as Ollie Bettridge under pressure, can't clear, right on the stick of Bludoff, who will step in. The Blaze very much set up with 2 men in front of net. They're looking to chip it through for Ferrara. 2 goals on Boxing Day for the Blaze, the associate captain. Coventry still have it in the zone, looking to try and find a seam here. 1 minute left of power play. Hashi drives, blocked on the way through off Horvat as Yanni Larkinen lost his stick somehow, and Evan Bludoff does well to retrieve that puck in a scrum. Hashi. Corcoran sends it to the net. Oh, Bludoff a swing and a miss. Hashi with a one-timer, big block, and it might have come off Evan Bludoff. As Hashi works it across to Corcoran at the hash marks. Corcoran shoots! Oh, Charles Corcoran! The little pump fake got Carr to bite, and he found a big piece of the pie upstairs. Wonderful goal.
That was a very tired PK by Nottingham there. They were out there for some time. I mean, Danny Fick was immense for most of that. But he's not the biggest of guys, but he makes himself do a lot of hard work. But Corcoran just waits and waits. Top shelf. Yeah, you see that little fake. Carr drops down to his knees, and then Corcoran has a lot of real estate to put the puck into, and he does. And the Blaze, 3 goals to 2, got themselves back in the driving seat. It was that double minor on Jake Hansen has led to the only goal of this period thus far, as Hansen straight back out there on the shift. Puck ends up with Dylan Lawrence though. Along the blue line, tipped in front by Dylan Lawrence off Carr. It's Matt Polkamp from scorer, tried to turn creator there. Venus dumps around the boards. Matt Polkamp's there with a little bit of space to work with. Matt Polkamp sends it to the net. Oh, it came off Carr. Lawrence shoots into the chest of Carr. Bends his knees to the Lawrence. Does he know he put that one right off the logo? As we see it again here. Just has to pick a corner there, Scott. It is indeed. It was a very quick stick. You know, Lawrence at the start of last season wouldn't have been doing that shot. Yep. Face up to the right of Kevin Carr. Charles Corcoran, the scorer of the Blaze third, unable to win that draw. And Nottingham bring this out. Good skating from Golovkov, showing his skill. Gets it to the point. Dumped in
behind Mott's net. DeSantis has a swing at it, ends up in the netting, and we'll have a stoppage. Discussion. Is it better to have a penalty shot or a 2-minute penalty? Not many penalty shots are scored. Malcolm, interesting. I don't know. I guess it depends on who's taking the penalty shot, really.
Depends if you score it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there was people talking that you should have both. If you don't score your penalty shot, you get the power play as well.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
I like a penalty shot. I guess it depends how your power play is. If you've got a power play of 5%, you're going to take the penalty shot, aren't you? Let's be honest. I think most people would.
Oh, you've got to take that. You've got to take that.
I think the only other time would be if it turns into a 5-on-3. But hey-ho. Golovkov's down the right-hand side, enters the zone. Drops it off. Oh, a loose puck off the pad of Mott. Blaze don't clear. Talbot trying to set up the one-timer. Puck comes through the zone. Hit by DeSantis. Oh, he off the hip of Bludorf. As that one sent wide. As well, that shift full of broken plays in the offensive zone for the Panthers. Hashi along the boards. Corcoran. He'll dump that in another long shift. Charles Corcoran assisted Justin Hashi and Luke Ferrara. Power play goal 35-33 as the Blaze have their third of the evening. Another point for Ferrara as that one got away from Andy Johnston. Horvat pulls up, sends one to the back door, looking for the stick of Betteridge. Matheson pings it around the boards. Deutsch. Poke checked by Johnston, gets it into the neutral zone. Oh, and somehow Adam Deutsch ends up with the puck. Crafty from the Panthers, number 95. Skates very well, although he's put that puck off Johnston. No danger. The Blaze able to dump it in as Horvat takes a tumble, and we will have a whistle as that one ended up in the netting. I think the Herr Deutsch pun has already been used in Nottingham. I'm not really surprised. Big pause. The mascot. Yes, thank you.
Can't claim that one then, Ed.
Well, no, but in fairness, I don't see Nottingham play every week, so if you don't put your 50p in the meter, you don't get to play.
Very true.
As Venus will pick this up on the near side board. Oh, a lovely move to get around Matheson. Sends it hopefully towards Dylan Lawrence. Chris Polkamp pokes it back to the big man. Matt Polkamp shoots a one-timer over the top. Got all of that, Matt Polkamp, but a lot of it was under the puck, unfortunately, as Hashi twisting and turning. Keeps it alive, but Matheson will clear it. Puck still near Hashi, off his skate, onto the stick of Hansen. Sam Hare trying to create a bit of chaos, sending it to the net front. Didn't come off anybody. 1 minute 20 remaining of the period. Blaze 3, Panthers 2. Venus tried to cut that one out of mid-air, which might have led to something as Hashi works his way around the back of that scrum. He's checked by Hansen. Coventry able to clear. Oh, Matt Polkamp. Oh, he's got a 2-on-1 with Venus. Matt Polkamp shooting just wide of the net. Corcoran fresh off the bench. Didn't see that puck come to him. As Eichstätt does a great job skating backwards to take that away from Sam Hare. Into the last minute of the period. Here's Bludorf. Puts the brakes on, trying to keep away from Matheson, who I don't think ever leaves the ice, Scott. Seems to have been out there forever.
He got turned up and he's lost his head a little bit.
The shot goes wide from Alex Forbes. He's not slowing down, Mark Matheson.
He's not at all.
Is he 35, 36?
I believe so. Yeah, I know he's mid-30s.
I'll look that up in a bit if it's relevant. As ends up in the far corner. Connolly under pressure on the forecheck. Panthers might have one more shot to end the period. Brett Bulmer. Oh, a fanned pass. And it might be the Blaze who have the last shot of the period. Forbes. The righty shooting. Big pad save from Carr. The rebound right out into the slot. Panthers get it to the perimeter. And that will be all she wrote in the second period. It's Coventry 3, Panthers 2.
There's a lot of things that I cannot disclose, obviously.
Every time when you're on the ice and you just like in the back of your mind you hear Tim's voice shouting at you. Yeah, that's right. That's right, yeah. Enough, Tim.
And then I don't even know why or how I said it, but I said, "You want to go?" And he's like, "Yes."
I was Googling, I was like, is this a scam? Like, is this real? I had never heard of it. And so I Googled it, it seemed legit. There's a lot of very, very cool athletes that are inducted into this Hall of Fame.
And then, you must be dreading me mentioning this, the 24th of February 2015 comes around.
This is another blackout moment for this segment.
It's not allowed to be a blackout moment. And then the next big thing that happens is that Corey gets hurt and has to go behind the bench. Was there a difference between Corey the...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome back to the Skydome Arena here in Coventry ahead of the third period of tonight's game between Against Casino Coventry Blaze and the Nottingham Panthers. On a knife edge, this one going into the final frame. Blaze 3, Panthers 2, and the rest of the officials finally join Dean Smith on the surface. That was almost what they did to rookies in the EIHL, that, Scott.
You crack on.
Yeah, they'll let them out to embarrass themselves a little ahead of everyone else. As we just await the arrival of the Panthers and the Blaze. Next goal is just massive in this one, isn't it, Scott?
Absolutely. Don't see there being much going on in the third period. I think a big stretch of goals. I think next goal could see overtime, or it could see a little bit of a breakaway.
Yeah, indeed. Although we saw, obviously, on Boxing Day, a 2-goal gap. Doesn't mean a lot necessarily between these two.
Sam Herr time.
Sam Herr, yeah, indeed. As he steps out onto the ice. At Blaze TV Live, let us know on Twitter how you think this one's going to go. Hi to Nigel Emmett tweeting me directly. Couldn't be here tonight, watching on Blaze TV. Good to have you with us. Could be doing something nice rather than being here. In particular, a little pre-New Year jaunt somewhere. Once again, the officials just making sure that the ice surface isn't too damp. Interesting that that's happened a couple of times here. It's very mild in the Midlands. The temperature outside the building, particularly in Coventry, affects what the ice surface does in it. Probably the most affected rink in the country by the weather. As we get ourselves underway, Malmquist winning the opening draw again. The Blaze matching these two lines up as that puck stuck on the ice. Kept in the zone by Hashi. He is forced out into the neutral zone by Hansen, and Nottingham can mop up. And they'll look to break out here, although... Oh, that puck stopped. Malmquist forced to clear it. Dean Smith has a cursory glance down at the red line. You don't want that to affect the game. That would be a horrible way for either team to potentially take or lose an advantage in it. This Carr comes out and plays that puck well around the boards, and Fitt couldn't get it clear though. Matt Polkamp drops it back. Oh, there's an awkward moment with Dylan Lawrence and Dylan Malmquist. Sam Herr, meanwhile, bringing the puck up ice with some speed on the backhand. Blocked on the way through off Eichstad. As the Blaze unable to clear the zone. Oh, Matheson grabs onto Larkinen. Puck comes off CJ Martin. Oy, that one nearly fell for Sam Herr. And it was this time, a couple of days ago, where Herr showed his speed. And I mean, a couple of those goals from very similar circumstances. Broken plays at the Blaze blue line that they were able to, or at the Panthers blue line, excuse me, that the Panthers were able to exploit.
And Herr he's just so confident in his shot. He knows where he wants to put it. It's not a guess. It's like it's going there, and it's normally in the top shelf.
Well, yeah, I mean, you saw on the replay of the first one that Mott was a little, maybe I don't know, 6 inches too far left towards his near pipe. Enough space block aside for Herr to sneak one in. The other on a 2-on-1. As the referees are going to let the ice freeze a little bit more here, I think. At Blaze TV Live, let us know. Have you been to another rink around the Elite League that is as affected by the temperature as the Skydome in Coventry? Although I understand after the problems that they had at the beginning of this campaign, Scott, they're going to put new ice plants in at some point.
Oh.
Whether that will be in the new year, or whether it be in the new year, but whether it be in the season or in the off season. I was talking to one of the guys that works at the rink, Dominic, and he's talking about how they'll essentially bring the new plant in, build it, put the other one on life support as they take it out, and then switch them over. It's a really complicated procedure. You wouldn't think.
I wouldn't want that job.
No, I don't think you'd want that job when you've got 2,500 people in the building and it's
Baying for blood.
Yes, indeed. That'd be a disaster, to be honest, wouldn't it? But they are looking like they're ready to get themselves back underway. Not quite as controversial as the jersey colours, but either way, a very wet ice cut has caused the stoppage. Well, they're taking the time about it, Scott. Some of the scores from around the rinks, maybe quickly.
Guildford have took the lead in Cardiff. It's in the third period there. It's 4-3 to Guildford. Belfast are 2-1 up in Glasgow. Sheffield are 4-3 up, and Dundee are 2-0 up in Fife.
It's certainly a much different score between the Steelers and the Storm than the other night. A 7-0 drubbing, and what a night for Anthony DeLuca, returning Steeler, as Bulmer will send that one around the boards. Talbot behind the net. Tries to escape around Chris Polkamp. Twisting and turning around the youngster, gets it to the point. Deutsch, wrist shot low, tipped on the way through. Ooh, and Bulmer had the whole net to shoot into. If he'd have caught it flat on the ice, it was jumping. Is that put round for Larkinen? Him and Matheson, the two vets, tussling. Blaze win it. Send it to the net. Oh, it came off the toe of the stick of Ferrara. He might be the first two, this. If he can get this one around Bulmer, he can. That puck's stuck on the ice again. Hashi shooting, saved, rebound is there. Johnston can't guide it towards the net. Panthers try and clear the zone. Kept in by Clements, although Golovkov's right on him. Hashi slows the Latvian down. And the Blaze get it to safety. Once again, that puck sticking, Scott.
I think we have to have a quick look at that, because if for both teams, we don't want that. It's been such an entertaining game, and for a goal to happen with something like that, you just don't want to see that.
Well, it was almost 2 minutes that the referees waited for at the last face-off, as Bludov will escape with the puck. He shoots wide of Carr. He glanced anxiously at his glove hand there, Kevin Carr. It was comfortably wide of the net, but hey-ho. Lepine will chip this one ahead of Sam Hare. Backhands it ahead of Hansen. He's hip-checked by Hamannik, but he's got around him, and there's a chance that's blocked on the way through off Eichstad. Puck's still there if the Panthers can do something with it. DeSantis gets it back. Can't find a way around Bludov. Tossed on the net by Jake Hansen. CJ Motts will hang on here. You feel that Mott will have to be the best player for the Blaze in the remaining 17 minutes of this game.
Indeed, we'll tire. I mean, we've got two imports out, our captain's out, and so CJ Mott will have to have a big game in this third period.
Face-off will come to his left at Blaze TV Live. How do you see this one playing out? Will it be the Panthers who get both victories in the festive season against the Blaze, or will honours be even? Let us know on Twitter. At Blaze TV Live is Justin Hashi of the Blaze, chipping one in. Carr comes out to play it. Lepine, nice outlet pass from Guy Lepine, and Horvat has Betteridge heading to the net. Trickles through, CJ Mott hangs on, and we have another stoppage. The face-off will come to the left, as indicated on CJ Mott, although everybody else indicating that it probably should be to the right of him. Those with the stripes have the final say. Panthers have stuck that line out with Malmqvist, Hansen and Hare. Again, they're going to get a lot of ice time, that dangerous trio.
Indeed, they never seem to be off the ice on the third period on Boxing Day.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Dylan Malmqvist goes underrated on that line, as CJ Mott makes a comfortable save. He's almost the enabler, isn't he, for Hansen and Hare?
He did indeed, and I mean, it took a while for him to get his first goal, but once he did, I think he's on 4 goals now and quite a few assists, and that will only grow in confidence for the latter half of the season.
Yeah, it's a similar story to Johnny Curran and the Blaze. 2 first-year pro forwards who are coming out of the NCAA. Have got to adapt to life at the pro level. You're not just playing against 24 to 20-year-old guys. You're playing against 35-year-olds guys who played in all walks of life.
Indeed, and their defensive game, they need to be a bit more on top of that. In those leagues, they're all kind of playing the same way, but these guys, you need to make sure you're back checking and doing all the hard work as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same for the the first year defensemen. I know they're on the same team, but someone like EIHL having to defend someone like Larkinen, he's got as much pro experience as Hansen will shoot here on a broken play that Mott hangs on to. He had let it go, but the referee lost sight of it. Larkinen has as much pro experience as EIHL probably has growing up through Pee Wee. It's going to be close to, well, it's going to be 20 years experience, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
17 if you go pro around there. Yanni goes up to the right of Mott. Talbot standing over it. Has Bulmer and Golovkovs. Golovkovs, the Latvian, never seems to run out of energy. And the Blaze have a bit of energy here on a 2-on-1. Larkinen checked. Good defensive work by Danny Fick. Bulmer will chip in and chase. Him and Hamannik, two big bodies, tussle into the backboards. Pinned in. Goes around for Larkinen. He plays it off the stick of Matheson. Nottingham in tight chance from Golovkovs through the crease and out the other side. Deutsch. 5 minutes having gone in the third. Battle between Deutsch and Hamannik. Panthers escape with it. Bulmer. Long reach of Hamannik. Gets that puck off his stick for a second. Shot down low from Talbot, heavy and wide. There's Adam Deutsch. Comes it back in. Matheson sends it to the net front. Blocked off Clements. Both defensemen below the hash marks there for the Panthers. Shot comes in. Mott grabs it, and he's got it. But he didn't look too sure there for a second, Scott.
Indeed, a couple of tight defensemen there. There were some calls for holding the stick. The players trying to get away from you. They had a big call for holding the stick there, so not going to be a bit aggrieved at that one.
Yeah, that shift ended up being quite lengthy for both teams. Face-off will come to the left of CJ Mott. Face-off won by the Blaze again. It's the Malmquist trio with Hare and Hansen. Not a bad name for a band, that, the Malmquist trio. Like Swedish jazz. As Lepine leads this charge. This pass is all behind its intended recipient. Corcoran can only poke it round Hansen. Look on the backboards. Curran has it. Although Lepine mobs him, as is expected of the big French Canadian. Hare sneaks his way wide. Oh, he makes his way in. Sam Hare with a chance. It bounced off CJ Mott, who makes a follow-up save going post to post. That comes off its moorings. And we'll have a stop. But you know what, Scott? Actually, thinking about this as we watch again on the replay, we take for granted that the nets stay on their moorings now.
We do indeed. A few years ago, they were off 5 times every period. We used to blame the goalies, but I think that might have been something to do with this guy down ice.
Yeah, well, the pegs were only an inch in terms of their length of the spike. These kind of sit in each other, so you've got something that's fairly nicely rooted a bit deeper into the ice surface, and you've got something that sits in it. A two-stage peg, if you will. As the Blaze will bring this out of the zone. Chipped ahead of Matt Polkamp. Wide with Connolly. He's going to shoot himself off, Brian Connolly. Puck still there. Blaze get it back to the point. Hamannik turns, shoots. Oh, good save from Carr with Dylan Lawrence's big body in front of him. Meanwhile, Betteridge has brought this puck in. Dumped in by Horvat. It squirts awkwardly off the backboards. Matt Polkamp first to it. We'll get to the red line. Dylan Lawrence unable to successfully dump it in, but somehow Venus ends up with the puck. And Betteridge pokes it to the safety of the neutral zone. Very cat and mouse this game. Both teams taking the turns of being the cat and the mouse. Until Eichstätt gets into the zone. Ferrara around the boards. Johnston arriving just ahead of Fick. But the Panthers prevail. Puck tossed in off a body. It's pinballing around. Blaze get it clear. Matheson waited for the defenseman Connolly to escape the ice surface before playing, as Some course with too many men would have been a little bit hopeful. Panthers had a chance to break 3-on-2 there. They will do eventually 2-on-2. Bulmer tries to make space, guided it through the crease. There's it again, sends it to the point. Deutsch to the hash marks. Chance here for the Panthers. The CJ Mott was scrambling, but the Blaze might be the ones who have the biggest scoring chance here. Although good defensive back checking by Matheson. Larkinham fighting for the possession. Panthers win it. Yeah, CJ Mott really bit on that pass from the Panthers, didn't he? Good opportunity for them. As the visitors only one adrift, 8 minutes having gone in the third. Blaze 3, Panthers 2. There's Justin Hashi who's going to soldier himself out here. Gets checked hard into the penalty boxes by Malmqvist. Puck finds the stick of Hare. Hare one-on-one with Polkamp. Puck's still there for Hare. A glove save. And then a blocker save off Hansen. As CJ Mott stands tall. Blaze come the other way 3-on-2. Bludoff. Hard saucer pass that doesn't find the target. And now the Panthers all rush. This time it's Hansen. Passes, Hansen gets it back between the feet. Mott makes a stick save. And now the Blaze will come forward. Curran. End-to-end stuff. Johnny Curran tried a stick handle. Got away from him. And what will Nottingham have in store? It's Hare again. Oh, a lovely little chip from Hare off Curran's stick. He shoots. Glove down by Mott. Coventry will look at rushing up ice. Venus. Across the blue line, drops it off. Oh, Lawrence, big chance, big blocker save from Carr. Lawrence got a lot of that one. Guided it to the far pipe as the Panthers break across the line themselves. Lakovitz, Mott hangs on as that one bounced off him at a short angle. Good stuff here at Skydome.
Blaze and Panthers have started to play tennis. It's back and forth, and Sam Hare's finding his deeks, he's finding his shooting lane, and that was a big save by Mott. He made himself big, and Hare only had the top of the shaft to hit it. Couldn't quite reach it because Mott smothered him. Great save.
Yep, we don't see a lot of basketball in the Skydome Arena, but it has been end-to-end, as you'd expect, in an NBA game. A lot more entertaining though, hockey, I must admit. As Matt Polkamp will put some pressure on Kevin Carr as he plays that aside. Good speed from Polkamp as Lakovitz sends a nice feed across for Horvat. He shoots all over the top of CJ Mott's goal. He flashed the blocker at it. Sandy Johnston has a bit of space to work with. Johnston, his shot was redirected by the defenseman. Manages to play it to Ferrari. He shoots, blocked off Betteridge. And now the Panthers will change as Horvat gives a little dig in the back of Hashi. Larkinham chases it in with Matheson. It's been great watching those two tussle. Larkinham playing down the left wing, Matheson on the right side of defence. They've met a lot as this is a Nottingham 3-on-2. Big chance for Deutsch. He shoots. Oh, it's tipped in front. Oh, and I think CJ Mott has made a wonderful save out of a mid-air tip. Blaze don't clear the zone though. In the corner for the Panthers. Larkinham tries to clear. Good stick from Talbot. Matheson steps in. Trying to make the pass. And the Blaze get a bit of respite with 9.5 minutes remaining in the third. Mott comes out to try and soften the puck. Blaze get it into the neutral zone. Corcoran. Ooh, he was desperate to try and get that one round Bulmer. Or excuse me, around Deutsch as Talbot comes the other way. Puck ends up in some feet. Brought away by Bludoff. Bludoff's got some speed going here, Evan Bludoff on the backhand. Pulls up. Oh, he finds Hashi! Oh, what a save from Carr. There's Justin Hashi on the trailer. Had a great opportunity. His eyes lit up. As Carr gloves it, drops it, and plays it for Lepine. Really exciting end-to-end stuff. Here's Guy Lepine. He leads the rush. Shoots on the blocker of Mott. Sam Hare now on the perimeter. Very individual stuff, it must be said. A lot of skill on show as Hashi hits DeSantis. Panthers maybe going to set up a little bit more here. Good play from Hansen to get around the defenseman. Hansen tries to play it to the back door. David Clements directing traffic. Lawrence chips it off the boards. Venus battling with Hare. Oh, that puck squirts out awkwardly. David Clements can't clear it. The Panthers have numbers low. Chance for the pin on the backhand. It's guided wide as I think he was looking for the tip more than anything. 8 minutes to go. Hansen steps in. Shot blocked. Malkovich shoots. Pinballs around. And Hashi eventually gets it clear. The Blaze needed that stoppage. Although Kevin Carr's come out to play it. Blaze will try and change. Hare loses the puck. Here comes Larkinen. Dumps it in behind the net. Ferrara out to grab it. All Panthers the last 3 minutes. Dumped in for Horvat to chase. Ooh, guides Hamannik into the backboards. I thought for a second there that Hamannik's head was down, but it was nice and clean. Connolly. Tape to tape with Horvat. Lakovic heads to the net. Eichstätt appears out of nowhere to try and take that puck away from Lakovic. Connolly with a slap shot low. Mott's grabbed it. And he hangs on as Hamannik plays big brother. Just to guide Horvat away from the netminder.
Well, we spoke about 10 minutes ago about how much CJ Mott will be important for the Blaze in this third period. And he's shown his worth.
Yeah, he really has been big. You know, there is 7 minutes remaining. And you expect he's going to make it, well, at this pace, he's probably going to have to make 10, 11 saves. Nottingham win the draw cleanly. Connolly dumped in. Good hit from Hamannik. Corcoran in the feet of Eichstätt. Can't get it around Connolly. Dumps it off the backboards. Bolmer. Under pressure from Eichstätt. Bolmer still going. Trying to twist and turn away from Eichstätt, the rookie. Guides it gently to the point. Fakes the one-timer. Sends one up high. It's blocked on the way through and Rudolph will clear. Blaze on the back foot here, Scott.
Yeah, we're struggling to even chip it out of the zone. The defenseman standing on the blue line, chipping away, and then just getting the puck straight back at us, tiring the Blaze out. Just a quick note on Danny Fick. If you've got the puck, he makes it very hard for you to skate past him. A real good defenseman.
Yeah, no, he's a good player, Danny Fick. Plays up to the left of Mott. Blaze have got this pinned up at the perimeter. The more time they kill at this point in the game, the better you feel, as that one's chipped for Curran to chase with Connolly. Good poke check from Brian Connolly. He's had a very good playing career. A few NHL contracts, never materialised in an appearance. American League All-Stars, won some silver as well along the way as he picks this one up, Connolly. He's going to bring it himself into the zone. Mott comfortably sticks it aside. Hashi gets that one on the backboards. Golovkovs arrives to try and jar it free. Blaze managed to get it into the neutral zone. Five and a half remains. Puck dumped in. Panthers first two, that one. Horvat. Hashi throws the body on Bettridge and that frees the puck up. Coventry might have a rare attack in the last 5 minutes here. Chipped in by Lawrence to chase. Gets to it. Only one-handed though. And Nottingham Panthers take advantage. Horvat across. Heavy touch from Matheson. Tossed ahead for both teams to kind of play a little bit of possession tennis. As Bettridge gets back on side, Polkamp only guides it into the hands of Matheson. And Clements does manage to feed Johnston, but again the Panthers take over. This might be the calm before the storm. Lakovic throws a hit on Eichstätt. Johnston round the boards. Larkinen finds it in his feet and gets it out into the neutral zone. You can feel the nervous energy in the building, Scott, can't you?
I mean, 5 minutes ago, Nottingham really on top, but the Skydome faithful have raised the noise barriers, and hopefully that will G the team up.
Malmquist on the penalty boxes. Blaze just trying to clog up the lanes in the neutral zone, preventing the Panthers bringing it north. And so far, so good. Picked off. Larkinen, Corcoran, Ferrara shooting blocked. It's pinballed into the paint as Blaze have a rare shot on Kevin Carr's net as, oh, that's a bit of a grab on Ferrara behind the net. No call. Referee's letting the boys play here as Sam Hare might have a chance. Shot off Hamannik into the netting. We'll have a stoppage. Oh, well, that looked like holding to me. Scott behind the net.
I think that was a stonewall 2 minutes.
As they have a little look again here. Lipine, yeah. Maybe, you can see his glove hand in the chest as he's turning. Ferrara ends up on his knees.
I think 5 minutes into the game, that gets called. 5 minutes to go, not so sure.
Especially as the boys have 2 power play goals from 3 attempts. As that's on a wraparound attempt, and it's in! Bundled in by Golovkovs! His second of the year is a huge goal. Late in this game, Panthers tie it. So we look on the replay. And all that pressure from Nottingham pays off here, Scott.
It's nothing Golovkovs does not deserve. He's worked tirelessly all game, and that's why Tim Wallace brought him to the Panthers, and he's been rewarded with a goal.
Yeah, Hamannik's trying to box him away from it, but he's able to get his stick to it before the Blaze defenseman. They have tied this up at 3.
And it's nothing the Panthers haven't deserved.
No, you know, they've been the pressure team for the last 6 minutes or so. Well, the referee is talking to Luke Ferrara and Sam Hare. I think the Blaze might be thinking it was kicked. They're going to review it. Are they able to review it? That's fantastic. I might have been being a bit cross about the lack of goal line tech recently in the Sky Dome Cup.
Yeah, it's a major source of frustration, but on that, from the first look, I think that's a good goal.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you can see his stick on it. He's trying to, he kind of uses his skate quite nicely because he positions his skate behind his stick blade. Yeah. And then Hamannik's then unable to, you know, prevent him from really doing anything there, and he could have sneezed it over the line. As Mr. Smith and Mr. Miller have a look. I don't think they'll not need very long. Good goal for me. That Blaze TV Live, what do you think watching at home?
Well, waiting on that.
Yes.
Cardiff have retaken the lead, so they are 5-4 up. It's 1-2. Belfast are winning 2-1 in Glasgow. It's Manchester 3, Sheffield 4, and 5-0 Dundee 3.
Dundee needed a few wins. They'd struggled a little bit down the bottom of the table.
They have indeed. They've made some changes. Some surprising changes. If you're outside looking in, you're surprised they would let Algan Pearce go. But
yeah, I think, you know, Pearce, you know, the fact that he landed a job in Belfast immediately, yes, says that he is that quality player. Goal was good, by the way, but we knew that. It's fine. Maylan didn't really produce this level. I think he's got a gig in Denmark. Then.
He has Beatrice's old team. I'm not going to try and pronounce it.
Sundiski.
There we go.
Yep. So 3 apiece. But yeah, that this is Schoenborn. Alex Schoenborn, a former Chicago pick for Dundee, gets a couple of goals on his debut the other night. What can the Blaze do in response to this? Because, you know, the Panthers have looked like the dominant force in the later stages of this third period. You feel that Coventry need a power play. Pass to the slot. Tipped into the neutral zone. There's Adam Deutsch. Finds Talbot. Golovkovs, the scorer of the game tying goal, gets it to the defence. Shot comes in, glove by Marty hangs on and makes that all-important next save. Although not a lot he could have done about the third Panthers goal, you must say.
And I think we obviously, the delay in the goal getting given, I would expect Danny would have been going for a few plays to try and G the guys up.
Yeah, it does depend. I don't know whether he'd necessarily draw anything up. It would just be, you know, reiterating the basics, maybe some encouragement. As Dylan Eichstad will chip that clear, and that will be whistled as icing. Although Connolly and Larkin, you feel, were pretty close in that race.
Defenseman always gets that one these days, don't they?
Yeah. Just protects the 2 players. You know, if you allow them to go into the boards, that they're usually at full pelt by that point. And
yeah, back in the days of Bradvoff, you wouldn't want to be going into that corner.
No, but Bradvoff quite literally on skates has a foot on me, so I'd pass another. What a player he was. Did I see he was in real estate now? That's crazy. Puck in the corner. Panthers get it to the point. Connolly winds up, drive, stick save from Mott. Rebound is there. Malmquist just pushed off it into the last 3 minutes of the game. Score is 3 apiece as Andy Johnston takes a stick up high, and the Blaze will get that power play that they desperately needed to break the ice, so to speak, here of the Panthers' domination.
Sam Herr is not happy with that call.
Well, it's a high stick. He's tried the stick lift and it's caught him in the face. It's a call. Andrew Johnston indicating there's blood on his jersey. And I don't know whether it's still the case, but that used to be a double minor. And that really would be an interesting end to the 2+2. Wow.
Wow.
Blaze end this game on a power play. And the last time they had a 2+2, they scored. Well, that really does put the cat amongst the pigeons here, Scott.
It does indeed, in there. Sam's reaction, he's lucky that he didn't get a misconduct, because he was really going out the liner there.
Yeah. High sticking indeed the call. Face-off will come to the right of Carr. Golovkov's from Matheson and Bulmer, the Panthers game-tying goal. Last power play goal from the Blaze came from Corcoran. Matt Polkamp had one in the first period. As we enter the most crucial phase of this game, you feel. Panthers have rushed a 3-on-2 here. Betteridge, oh, he found the stick of Talbot, but he was poke-checked on the back check by Bludoff. Betteridge will hang on and kill a bit of time in this kill for the Panthers before it's sent long. CJ Mott out to play. Panthers change the penalty kill. So similar to Boxing Day. Blaze had a late power play, Ferrara scored on it. Hare then tied it up going into OT and then scored the winner. Will that be a repeat as Carr makes a save? Oh, that puck pinballs around. The goalie's got it. Very similar script, say, Scott.
It is indeed. I think we scored. Blaze scored with 2 minutes to go in Nottingham with Ferrara on the power play, and
yeah.
Well,
short side shell from Luke Ferrara.
We've got 2 minutes left in regulation on this one.
Andy Johnson calling Eichstätt in closer for the one-timer if he wins it clean. From there, the lefty. It's a good play. Blaze set up with Curran in possession. Looking through for Johnston, he shoots! Oh, into the side of the net. He caught it cleanly, Andy Johnston. Just couldn't put it on the target as Eichstätt mops up in the neutral zone. Puck dumped in for the Blaze. And that will be played into the bench. What a game this has turned out to be. Just under a minute and a half remaining at Blaze TV Live. Let us know what your thoughts are on this one thus far. Will the Blaze get their third PP goal of the night? Which you feel would be enough. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to need an extra frame to separate these once again, as Johnston couldn't dump that one in deep. And it comes out for Eichstätt. The energy level is so high between these two teams right now. As Curran spins. Eichstätt into the corner. Curran steps in, or he tried to squeak it through for Venus. Still has it, Johnny Curran. Eichstätt, oh! Nearly lost it. Betteridge, a wry smile into the last minute of the game. He'd have been away to the races.
It's deja vu from the other night when Eichstätt had a shot and his stick snapped and they broke away.
Yes, Blaze have got it in the zone. Ferrara on the backhand. Oh, he tried to guide it to the back door. Blaze still have it. It's Corcoran. He shoots. Oh, I don't know whether it was saved or it just went over the top. Either way, 30 seconds to go in regulation. Corcoran in the corner. A late goal here for the Blaze to blow the roof off. Corcoran fakes the shot. Still has it. Try to stuff it short side and the Panthers clear. Big clear from a big penalty kill. 10 seconds to go. One shot if the Blaze can get in the zone clean. It's Hashi. He shoots, he fanned on it. And we'll see overtime. Scott, we haven't seen you on the webcast for a couple of seasons, and when we do, we have a barn burner to call.
Exactly. Wow. Well, we did say we expected overtime when we spoke earlier. It's just two very very evenly matched teams, and it shows.
Yeah, we'll see 4-on-3. Blaze have a minute 23 left for power play. They're into the second minute of the double minor, aren't they? My math is poor.
They are indeed.
Thank you. Thought I was going mad. Well, don't you? I think I was mad a while ago.
Very rare that you get 4-on-3 these days. It's well, once in a blue moon, and don't be furiously scribbling around on the plays right now. But you know, Nottingham were really piling on some pressure, so the power play was a release for the Blaze, and to get the point, and I mean, both teams would be happy with the point.
Yes, I think again, they're so evenly matched. The two games have been very similar. Both teams being able to take a couple of points out of the two games between these teams is good. Especially the Blaze, they have been in form recently.
They have been.
You know, that demolition job against Guildford, 8-3, was astounding. It was the first victory the Blaze have had against Guildford this year in competitive hockey. I think they beat them in the second pre-season game they played, but that's long since forgotten. So, Talbot, Betteridge and Deutsch, the killers for the Panthers. Bludoff, Corcoran, Ferrara and Hashi for the Blaze, as Bludoff brings it across the line. Under pressure, trying to wrench that puck free. Corcoran to help. Hashi, the lefty, drops it to the goal line. Gets it back. Corcoran. Scored the last place power play goal. Here's Hashi. A lot of space out there for these teams to work. Hashi changing levels. Betteridge pokes that puck away from him. And the Panthers get it clear, and they might get a 2-on-1. Betteridge. Oh, good poke check from Ferrara. And there's going to be a penalty. Hooking against Ferrara. Let's have a look again. What did you think, Scott?
Never in a mood for Sundays, but I might be proving wrong here. I can't see what he's calling there. I don't even know how you could call it a hook. I'm baffled.
That looks like a perfectly legal poke check. Ferrara furious. And again, Hare had a high sticking minor, a double minor right at the end of the period. He wasn't sure about it. I mean, that one again, he looked like he lifted Andy Johnson sticking to his own face.
Yes.
That didn't look like a hook. So, controversy galore. And now we will see 3-on-3, which will turn into 4-on-3, unless the Panthers score, and then we'll see 4-on-4. Blimey. Hope you had a good night's sleep before this one, Scott. Face off won by Coventry. Hamannik behind the net under pressure. Hansen wins it. He had Malmqvist hanging around the net front. Might not need him. Hansen going himself here. Shooting! Blocked off Bludoff. Oh, excuse me, off Eichstad. Johnston. Taking it wide. Saucer pass attempted for Hamannik. Panthers coming forward with it. Matheson. Hansen popped a tyre as he was neck and neck with Eichstad. Malmqvist takes it into the neutral zone. And the Panthers will have a 4-on-3 power play now as Hare returns to the ice. And what a dangerous man to put straight back out there.
Indeed.
Bulmer casually works his way to the corner. Here's Talbot. Matheson. Back to Talbot at the hash marks. Matheson. Sam Hare. One-timer from Matheson. Wide of the net. Puck off the referee. Hamannik bundled to the ice. Bulmer. Hash works! Oh, it's finished! Panthers win it in OT. Talbot with the finish, his second of the night, other one-timer. And Nottingham win both of the battles against the Blaze in the festive period. Ferrara is furious. And the Blaze downed in OT. And Panthers Nation is jubilant.
I don't know if that. We'll have a quick look at that goal. I don't know if that was tipped. It was a great shot, but it's a bitter pill to swallow for the Blaze. I mean, to go down with that on that penalty, it's a tough one. But 2-point weekend, and we'll move on to next week.
I think the Blazers would take that out
Yeah,
of,
definitely
out
a
of
split.
Nottingham. You know, they had 3 points out of Guildford 2 games prior. 1 more against Cardiff before the end of the season. Before the end of the calendar year.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that's 8 games that we've not lost in regulation time now. So, you know, we're putting a bit of a run together.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's one of the things about successful teams. They can be beaten, but they take points with them. And that's key. Scott, I need to head down to ringside. Are you happy talking us through the man of the matches?
No problem, that's fine.
All right. Don't say anything I wouldn't. Ladies and gents, from me, Kimberly, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are joining us on Blaze TV, New Year's Eve, Cardiff Devils, 4 p.m. face-off. You know where it's at.
For what matters most this Christmas. Plan ahead for 2021 with the Nottingham Building Society to take a step forward with your future finances. Look for your nearest branch today at thenottingham.com/branches.